We've had a heck of a time lately. Energies have been very energetic. Let's say that. Now we're talking about I would say, especially in the human stuff. But we've also got some really great cosmic energies that are helping us to, well, quite frankly, move through it, to purify it. So here we are. We are in 2025. We're at the end of February, about to head into March. And so I'm here to give us an energy update. Might be some channeling. Definitely the whole thing is going to be a transmission. But what I am already downloading, what I have already been downloading, is that we have a significant opportunity for a shift. And I'm going to tell you guys, I think that we all can agree. I subscribe to the big shift. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome to the Charmed Life podcast. This podcast is all about magic, metaphysics, mysticism, and the unconditional love of the universe. And I am your host. My name is Tricia Carr. Welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to be here with you. And, for those of you who have been joining me live, well, thank you so much for joining me live. And I actually had to take about a little more than a week of a break, because we are now doing this podcast as a live stream 3 times per week. I would say usually 3 times per week, but it's kind of a big ask of myself to do it 3 times per week. So last week I did have to take a break. And if you listen to the audio, I think I actually did post an episode though, so that's cool. I'm glad that happened. But I had to take a break, just some things going on in life, both professionally and personally. I'm good, and I'm so happy to be here with you. So just saying hi to those who are here. Hi, Kate. So nice to see you. Yes, Kate. Shift is happening, and shift happens, don't it? And Alana, hi Alana, thank you so much for being here. If anybody who wants to actually, drop a hello, I would love to hear from you. Oh, I need to share this to 2 other platforms. So here we go. Let's see if that'll happen now. Okay, no, it's not working right now. That's fine. We multi-stream here. I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and also X. And so here we go. Yeah, now it's on X. Perfect. So welcome. And we're going to talk about the energy of this time right now. There are a lot of things going on astrologically. Here's the thing, though. None of that, I think we all can agree, that's not for us to feel victimized. In fact, it's just like the weather. It's helping the ecosystem to do what it already is doing and what it knows how to do. However, we can look to that weather and plan and let it be a way for us to be more devoted to our growth and expansion. So I'm going to get into that because as we are at the very end of February, heading into March of 2025, there are a couple of opportunities. We have 2 eclipses happening in March. And honestly, I feel like the energy builds up before these different events. And I think that's something we might kind of be feeling under the surface. And, there's just, again, a lot of amazing things that are happening. But I'm going to tap in with Spirit about what is happening for just like a message that can help us to be very present, a message that can help us to have that positive outlook. And so I'm going to take a moment here. You'll hear my slate do its little ring-a-ding, and then I'm going to see what energies want to come through and basically give us a channeled message. So here we go. Beloveds, we thank you for gathering at this time. And we say time, for it is something that has been on your hearts as a constriction. Time as though it has been creating a belt, a binding about your heart. Time as though it is something that is managing you, rather it being a tool for your management of your creation. Do you not know that you are all creators, and that everything that is expressed externally is what is happening internally? Yes, of course you know this. You are well educated. All of you are very spiritually educated. And so we are asking you to have a sense of having this in your total being. And so we look to your heart at this time. Sense or feel or imagine the shape of your heart. Let this be whatever representation. Perhaps for some we see that it's going to be something almost like a cartoon that you would see. Whatever makes it light and free, or some representation of something that can be knowledging, creating knowledge within you. We use this word knowledge in a verb form so that you can recognize that if you have knowledge, you are also knowledging, meaning you are doing your knowledge. So if you feel as though you know that your outside world reflects your inside world, we want to ask you, how are you knowledging? How are you doing that knowledge? And in knowledge alone is not something that can actually be acted upon or behaved within. So it must be an embodiment. And so we come to the embodied heart. Now you might be thinking or sensing, is this my physical heart? Yes, of course, it does impact the physical instrument of your heart, and your physical instrument of your heart can create the space for this coherence within you. We are speaking to the energetic heart, for that is the template what impresses upon the physical reality of your heart and your whole being. And it is a matter of the heart. We will just put a finer point on it. At this time, it is a matter of the heart. The heart is feeling as though it does not have the space because this sense of time is constricting it. And so let us bring into the awareness so that we can call out the demon that is haunting us at this time. We can confront the ghost that is in our manner of illusional space right now, and let's call it in. The representations of time is the time that we are in, and that there is a time such as this that is creating the suffering, that we are under certain constructs of authorities at this time that are creating much tension and pain and harm. But we would like to expand that out a bit to more of a time that is a time period that goes well before this time. You see, it isn't just this set of several months that have suddenly happened upon you. It is other timing of the past that has led up to this. And so with this, we want to open up your capacity to feel empowered and your ability to be responsive, your responsibility. So just have a sense of letting your awareness that is still present in this past timeline be awakened so that you can feel that you have been working toward this all along. You have been, we say, working as in the sense of becoming stronger, becoming more fit, becoming more available. This is not a surprise. This is not something that has happened to you. It is happening with you and through you. And so, in fact, if we can bring you to this place of being very present with it by resourcing this past timeline, and already that binding of time around your heart could be loosening if you would allow it to. And now we say, let's extend it into your future timeline. And that is yet to be discovered or yet to be chosen, for there are infinite parallel timelines of your future as much as there are infinite parallel timelines of your past. But we look to the future because it does seem more plausible to your physical mind that there are infinite parallel timelines of your future. That seems easier for you to grasp, for they are out there somewhere. They are ephemeral. They are in the space where you could still select and choose, in the sense that you have free will and you have the momentum of what you are already creating. And so that is what we would like to bring in for you. There was a momentum that you engaged in from the space of your energetic impressions, that which you impressed upon yourself, that which you impressed upon your heart, that is of a past, that has created a momentum to this present. And it is all well. You are allowing this shift to occur now. You see, when there is a shift, there is a big build up to the shift. There is a big moment of whether this shift is even ever going to happen, if it's possible. You must feel the depth of the pre-shift so that you can experience the most that you possibly can in the shift and the post-shift. So let us bring you into the hope, the glory, the revealed aspect of the future timeline that you are choosing, and let that create more space of this binding of time around your heart. Now bring up in your awareness now the picture of the present, what you would consider to be the present time that is distasteful, unfavorable, that which you do not prefer. Let this come up now as an image, and then hold it for a moment, and now just send it far away and let it just be a blank space for now. And now bring forward from your parallel future timeline that which represents something that you prefer, that which you are excited, glad, and hopeful for this particular choice, this envisioning. And let it be anything at all. It can be a picture of what you might see this timeline to be. It can be a symbol. And whatever it is, let it be beautiful. Let it be illumined. Let it be something that is able to gently and easily and with a sense of cheer bring that ease to your being. And hold that now forward. Let it spread out all around so that it is creating now a whole wall of its energy all around, and let it infuse into you so that as it infuses into you, it is going into your heart, your energetic heart. And as it touches that binding of what feels like time is constricting and time is imprisoning and time is creating victimhood, this time and the time that I have and the timing, and let that vision that is now expanded all around you, let it infuse into your being. And as it touches that binding of time around your heart, it simply evaporates like a million little sparkles of fairy energy, little particles of light that are creating a sense of calm and ease and joy and breeze, all for you at this time. We let this dwell in your being now, and then we ask you to summon up from the lower inner planes, as if you are calling it up from the earth, the white ray. And this is the white light of purity, of inspiration, of hope, of clarity, and also of that which is forming and has so much potential and is in the positive unfolding. Hold within you the white ray. Let it soak up from your feet up to about the midsection of your being. Let it come up to your heart. Perhaps it just kind of covers the heart, and it is in this portion of you that you're holding the white ray from the inner planes up to the middle plane of the heart. And now, draw down from the universe, draw down from the top of Source and your guides, the violet ray, the sparkling, glimmering violet ray. Let it fall down and come to that midsection overlapping with the white ray, so that the violet ray is giving you a purification of inspiration, and yet is even more formed. It is even more hopeful. It is infused with your dreams that are not even yet dreamt, but want to find you now. And let this be an infusion, the white at the inner and the below, the violet from the above and the down to the center, all dancing around and purifying your heart. And as we hold this, we bring to your awareness now your guide of this time, of this era, Saint Germain. And Saint Germain would like to speak now, and as I say to you that I am one who lived in a time past, so that I may minister to your time that you call present. And in this time past, where it was much more challenging to exist in the ascended nature that I did, I bring it to you now because it is even seemingly more challenging in some ways, and yet there is much less illusion, much more awareness, much more expansion, and so much more presence in your connecting in your unified field. And yet you have still found a way to forget how magical you are. Somehow you have found a way to forget how you are entirely your own manifestation, and that there is no manifestation no manifestation outside of you. You forget this, again, just like your big shift is occurring from the timing of your moving from these couple of months to the next month or so, that this shift of that is about to occur is calling into your awareness, and even in your playing and your practicing, the experience of I am not creator, I am not manifesting, I am not in charge, I am not the one who can call in the charge of manifestation. And this is something that you are just playing around with so that you can see how intelligent you can get in that aspect of yourself, that assistant that you are allowing yourself to train so that you can shift shift deeply into, and if you would like to allow that shift to occur now as you anchor into your I am creator, I am magic, I am calling in all of the realities, past, present, future, that I prefer, for these are in the highest benefit for myself and the all. And so we continue this message now to be more precise about the shift that is occurring for you. There is we want to say it's like a lump of energy that you are processing. We're having the channel make a face that is kind of scrunched because it is this sense of, ugh, I have to move through this heavy, sludgy, big energy. But it's something that as you move through it and it creates a lot of tension, it pops into the freshness. Now, what we would have you do to allow it to get to that space of popping into the shift is to know that it has its own gestation. And yet at the same time, you can facilitate the gestation by being present with it, present to it, so that you can learn and embody the most out of it. Forgive us, we give you two images here that occur on your physical plane. We give you first the woman who is holding the babe within her womb. And there is a sense of what the woman can do to facilitate this so that there is great health and there is ease for her own vessel and her own psyche, while at the same time providing that to the babe who will be birthed. There is a sense of what she can do, and it mostly comes from her state, and then that will inform her action. And there is a sense of taking care, of loving, of nurturing, of drinking, eating, moving, and relaxing, and holding the right state of the nervous system being attenuated just the right way, providing the right kind of warmth to the body and the vessel, and that this will facilitate the time which is already decided by the soul that is going to exist through the vessel of the babe, that it is already decided. And yet she can facilitate it in a sense of presence and in a sense of taking care. And so we would like to give you this charge, if you will, this homework, this way to nurture yourself in this shift. Imagine the impregnated woman who is nearing her labor, and you are at the beginning of your labor pains for this big pop. Now, we said forgive us because we want to give you a second image, and it is something that may to some seem a little unseemly, but it is when you have something that is within your skin and something that would be festering and something that does need to be expressed. That is its only path, or its main path is that it's going to be expressed. Now, there are two paths of this, that we could leave it alone entirely, and it might be absorbed into the being, and then next thing you know, there will be a fresh skin epidermis there, and everything will be sorted out. And then at other times, it's actually going to do that which we have already expressed, pop, and then it is going to be expressed this way. Then there will be a nurturing of the skin. At any rate, there is a sense of giving it its time, and also perhaps putting on it a warm compress, perhaps protecting it as it is a bit more vulnerable at this time. So however it is that you might want to orient to the different practices, you see your bodies are organic expressions of spiritual communication. And so that which you have learned from your bodies, even if your body has or has not done that, you have learned this from one another's bodies, and it is expressing exactly what spirit communicates and how energy moves. So take these two images, contemplate them, ponder them, and know that there is a path that it will occur, and it is in the offing. The momentum is already in way. So as we say, there is this lump, there is this that needs to be birthed, or that which needs to be expressed that is still occurring. We have on your timeline, as we see that it will occur naturally, first with the momentum of how you are co-creating among your human energy fields, among the morphogenetic fields that you are co-creating. There is a certain momentum that would indicate that around March 11th, that there is going to be that moving past it. Now, that is in your morphogenetic field at this time. Just like the sense of the skin issue that would be expressed that way, there is something that you can engage in that will facilitate that so far as the speed of its momentum, either it moving faster or slower. And so keep that in your awareness for this approximate March 11th. And then on the field of that which is the cosmic and the astrologic, there is a sense of it being in the offing as the mother who will birth because the soul has already chosen it, that which is already going to be executed because it is designed in the greater macrocosm. And that is something that is going to be more around the 8th to the 12th of your days of March. And then, of course, as you move into just a little bit past that and then deeper into the end of your month, you have these big opportunities to clean up the post shadow of this shift, the activation of the shift in full, as you have your eclipse energies that are going to help you clean up. But around the 8th to the 12th, there is the sense of what is already happening in the macrocosm, that this is you nurturing the vessel of the mother who is about to birth, but there is a popping that is going to happen just with your cosmological experiences. But then in the morphogenetic fields of your co-creation of your human consciousnesses, there is that around the 11th that you can nurture, and there is something that you actually do have an impact on that. Above all of this is occurring from your inner authority, from your inner space to create. Know that nothing is ever happening to you, that it is always within you. And as you nurture and love yourself into that alignment, then you will see that everything that is imprinted on your being, everything that is coded in your cells, everything that is stamped upon your heart as desire is the desire of the universe as well. That is why you are here. That is how you are here. You are here for your manifestation to be made plain. You are here to only have that be made plain in the greatest capacity as you love yourself into the creator that you truly are. And this is the only way that the universe can agree with you and co-create with you, is if you identify yourself as I am creator. And so with this, we ask you also to contemplate upon the master, the life of the master Saint Germain. The magic, the moving into between, the capacity to shift matter from one form to another instantaneously. This is your birthright for this time. And so it is. Okay, I am coming back. Ooh, I didn't know anything would be going on for that long, so I'm going to play my slate. Okay. So I think it would be great to review the eclipses that are coming up in March. Thanks. Hi, everyone. Say hello. Thank you so much. Those were interesting images. So contemplate those about how you are personally manifesting, and then how we are co-creating it, and then of course how you are a part of that co-creation. And I'm going to look to that too. Those are interesting images. So I want to talk about, let's look at the eclipses that are coming up. They are, oh, you know what? I've created this. I would love to offer this to you guys, and I have a way that I would like to offer it to you. And that is, if you look in the description below, you'll find my Instagram profile, and it's really easy. It's Instagram.com/ just find my handle is Tricia Carr, Charm, CHARM. And if you follow me on Instagram, then DM me and ask me for this PDF, and I will send it to you. I just thought of a different way that I might do this. So this PDF is basically from the channeling that I did, or the energy forecast that I did for this first quarter. And so we have the energies that we've just moved through. And I think that's very helpful, because as they were wanting to take us to our recently past energies, that would be something to, oh, this is actually the 4 quarters. That's right. This is the 4 quarters of the year. And so we have this first quarter going up through March, and we have 2 eclipses. In March, we have eclipses. We have a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. And there are different things that we can do to help. So with a lunar eclipse, or a solar eclipse, I should say, the solar eclipse is the opportunity, and it's a partial solar eclipse, right? Both of them are partials. That's right. The lunar eclipse is this sense of feeling as though our life force has been has been cut off from us. And what it allows us to do is to find our inner light. So let us summon our inner light, contemplate that as we move through the solar eclipse as the sun, that is our logos, that is our source, that is our life-giving masculine energy, that while that is partially obscured, we have the opportunity to find our own inner light and recognize our place as the I am creator, as we heard in that channeled piece there. And then the lunar eclipse, also partial, is having us seem as though the illusion that we are disconnected from our emotions. And our emotions, even though we're disconnected from them, they may feel even more intense, or they may feel very low. It's because we're reaching for them. And so with this, we get calm, we get quiet, and we allow ourselves to witness the emotional body taking out the trash, if you will. There might be crying. There might be water rituals of any kind, because the moon and her connection with water, and the water of your body, the water of the planet, and the just the spiritual essence of water. These would be really great ways to enhance the eclipse energy. Just be very present to it. Give yourself the opportunity, the space. Even if you don't have a lot of time, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't require, maybe you watch one less episode of The Bachelor. I don't mean to be rude. Whatever you're watching, hey, maybe you watch a really fantastic artistic thing. Maybe you watch a half hour less of that, and instead take a gentle time. It doesn't have to create more work for you. In fact, it will take away the tension and the pressure that has been going on. So if you want this PDF, like I said, follow me on Instagram, DM me, and I will get it to you. Oh, hi, Andy. Nice to see you. Oh, you logged in just in time. So great to see you. And Tracy's here too. Wonderful. So nice to see you. And, and Karen, hi. Hi, so nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Now, I want to tell you about a couple of other things that I have just announced. And in that, I wanted to invite you also to check in the show notes, because I have usually many different gifts there. I have like an animal communication mini course. It's a free mini course. It's actually called Animal and Nature Intuitive. So it's a mini course with lessons and meditations and different things to actually help you to tap into, connect with your own animal or with an aspect of nature, like fairies or a tree or something like that. And this is real powerful stuff, y'all. So check that out. It's free. And then there's also like a higher self crystal pyramid meditation. And what that does is it signs you up for my newsletter. And that's how you can know when I'm doing these podcasts live, and also how you can learn about some other great things that are happening. And I'm going to spend a moment or two on that because I'm very excited about it. I am offering live my animal communication and healing course. And it's so amazing. It's live. It's going to be with a community of like-hearted learners. And it's not just an education, it's a coaching as well. And you get to practice as you activate these abilities. It's going to be really fantastic. So the thing about this is, I've taught this many times, and every time I teach it, something new happens. And I didn't teach it live in 2024, and I'll tell you why. I usually teach it twice per year, or that's my general pace, is I teach it twice per year. I honestly don't remember why I didn't teach it earlier in 2024, but I can tell you why I didn't teach it in the fall, later in 2024. And that I kept trying to schedule it, and I kept ideating it and putting out the schedule, but then it would be like, my intuition was just like, move it a little further out, move it a little further out. And then finally it landed where I was like, okay, this is when I'm going to do it. And before I announced it and scheduled it and everything, it was like set for like October. And then I just like, I talked to Spirit and it was just like, no. And I was like, wow, that's so weird. Why am I not teaching this now? Well, that was probably in August that I finally said, well, no, because it was supposed to happen in October. And I was like, well, it's not happening. This just between me and Spirit. I don't know. It's a day in the life of, I'm telling you right here. Well, turned out October 28th is when my beloved Barnabas, my cat, passed away. And I was like, wow, That is so interesting. But it was interesting too because the planning of it and then letting it go was exactly what I needed to. So I tapped into it and had up to that point added a lot of, new fresh energy to the curriculum, even though I hadn't released it yet. And then Barnabas is passing, and Barnabas has been my greatest teacher. My greatest teacher. He's taught me so much. And then, of course, with his transition, I learned so much. And that all had to go into the new live version of it. So it is a really amazing program. It's probably my primary signature program. The reason being that I actually opened my intuitive abilities with the discovery of my capacity to communicate with animals. So I'm just showing you here the information page, and it's got a lot of information, I think. So read through it. It starts March 30th, and I'm going to skip down to, we have 2 levels that you can actually get a certification in. Level 1, which is animal communication, and level 2, which is animal energy healing. And that's the part that really got filled out a lot more because of Barnabas. So the live class schedule, I just wanted to show that to you real quick. It's all Sundays, and it's like some of them are 10 to 2 and some are 10 to 12. The 10 to 12 ones are our practice days with the greater learning community that is called Sacred Sphere. So it extends over, it's scheduled this way to make it, I think it's pretty easy this way. So we're going Sunday, March 30th, Sunday, April 6th, April 13th, April 27th, May 4th. And so we've got also like, we're moving through like Easter and Mother's Day and Father's Day and stuff like that. So that's another reason why they're scheduled in the way they are. But what's great is that we've got these different periods to download and immerse, like March 30th, April 6th, April 13th. But then we have a gap week that lets us integrate and lets us go back over some material and lets us start to practice in our own internship, meaning we start to practice giving this kind of service to our friends and family and to communicate with our own animals. And that's what I'm telling you. I'm teaching you how I developed this, and then then you're going to add your own part to it. This is for serious students. Now, when I say that, I mean some people. It's designed for serious students, meaning it's designed for you to get the most out of it. Is that you show up, you get excited, and you devote yourself to it, and you practice and you give it a shot. Now, some people want to just take it easily, casually, and you're welcome to. If you want to get a major transformation out of it, that's who I'm calling with the serious students, because I love to work with you in that. But everyone is welcome. And but it is designed so that the full benefit comes for those who are really excited to participate in how they're shifting with their interaction, their engagement, the healing, the learning, the growth expansion that we get from animals. Ugh, it's everything to me. So we may add some bonus sections, I say, in here. Now that I've got the curriculum actually outlined in here, these are things that can expand, and I'll just read it for those who are listening. We have the module 1 is the connection, understanding the two-way communication between species, how telepathy works, whether you use it remotely or in person, how to discern between your own thoughts and those of the animal and with whom you are communicating. That's just one example of what's going on in that module. Module 2 is the relationship, exploring the interspecies connection. And this was where you're going to learn the value of telepathy, how it strengthens this relationship, and how to actually communicate the animal's perspective. And this is the importance of building trust and rapport with the animal. We're going to learn about how to interview the animal. We're going to also learn how to translate, interpret the animal's communication so that humans can understand it, because we have similarities, but we have differences, and we want to honor that which is what the animal really wants to bring through. We're going to also have this module, healing, which is enhancing skills for practical application. We're going to talk about how to get evidences, details, and validation. We're going to learn about empathic body scanning, which is where you actually ask the animal if you can feel their body as though it is yours, so that you can sense what is going on in their reality. And we're going to talk about some other things that are sensitive. Animal mediumship is going to be a part of it. We're going to start to talk about the energy healing aspect here. And then we're going to get into module 4, which is the spiritual experience between us, really digging into mediumship, end of life transitions, what the spiritual journey of an animal is like, and how it's, it might be different than ours. And then we start to talk about being a professional animal communicator and how you can do that. And this is module 5. This is animal energy healing. This is the level 2 one where we're going to go into deeper things like channeling frequencies and crystal creations. And what this is we would be directing healing rays of light and creating intentional energy structures. Those are the crystals we're talking about. And those energy packages that can be like time-released attunements for the animal and for the relationship between the human and the animal. We'll talk about sacred co-praying with animals and humans in order to help them to create that best experience, the highest benefit for all. Animal Akashic record reading. Some people took my Akashic record reading course that we just had, and we just touched upon, said you can do animal Akashic record readings. We're going to go into that, and you're going to get an invocation that you can take into your own practice. We're also going to talk about interpreting the organic language that comes through the body. And it says 20, it's like 25 more hours of training. So the thing I want to bring up to you now is that I'm offering $200 off until Monday, March 3rd. Because I want to tap into you. I want you guys to start setting the intention. Honestly, the earlier that you're able to sign up, the faster you're going to be able to start setting the intention. And the second you take, this is something that has blown my mind since I started doing spiritual learning and healing of any kind. If I say yes to something and I actually commit to it, it starts to happen already. In addition to that, there are some other bonuses that you'll get if you do that. So I'll just leave that to you. That's just to get it going and to get the community already activated in it. We will have a Facebook group with this too for the community to be able to interact with one another, to practice one another. So it's going to be amazing. The link is, I'm sure the link is in the description, but I'm going to pop it in the chat right now anyway, just to be safe. But if anybody here has any questions or comments about that, Andy's going to be there. I know Andy's going to be there. Tracy's going to be there too. Those are a couple of people who are here right now on the live. So I wanted to share all of that with you and hope that even if you don't take it, I just thought, well, people would really like to hear some of the, an overview of the amazing experience you can have in animal communication and healing. And I swear to you, animals have taught me everything about that is my spiritual expansion, everything that is the super way out there cosmic stuff. I've learned all of that from animals. And my spiritual education, metaphysical, mystical philosophy, it really all started from animals. For example, I had this early in my practice while I was in I call it internship. I'm doing free readings or trading readings with people who are also developing their intuitive abilities. And I was practicing with this fellow intuitive ability development student. And I was practicing she had a tortoise named Maury. And Maury was hibernating at the time that, we were going to do this animal communication session. And so Maury's humans said, well, he's hibernating right now. Can you connect with a tortoise when he's hibernating? And I was like, no idea. I've never talked to a tortoise. I've never talked to a hibernating animal. So let's see what happens. And it was really cool because I tapped in and immediately I knew Maury was there. You get this to where it shows up in your energy and like, I am not making this up. This is not my thoughts. And so even while I was still in my internship, that had come in really clearly for me. And I was like, oh, here he is. And he actually, one of the first things he said to me was, yes, this is actually a great time to communicate because this is the time that I do my soul work. And then he showed me how I didn't have the words for it then, but how he astral projects while he's in hibernation. And then he gets to go and, zoom all around, all over the cosmos, different dimensions. And then he also showed me how he goes into his hibernating body and he experiences deep rest on the physical plane. And it was just really cool. And then anyway, really, there are many other things that came from that conversation with Maury. I learned about density and dimensions. And after that, a few days later, I connected with my gnome for the first time. My deva of the element of earth. So, yeah, there's just so much to learn from animals. They are spiritually advanced, more advanced than we are. They come into this incarnation without the veil of separation, with the remembrance of their eternal nature. And yet at the same time, they're entirely present. They're also not worried about the past or future. I mean, they can have trauma. And of course, that's something that would be held in their nervous system, similar to us. But they release things really easily too when it is identified that it is no longer in service to this highest benefit of their life. So I wanted to give you my heartfelt invitation to it. If this excites you in any way, if this interests you in any way, I'm so excited to connect with you. This is my heart's service. So that's the passion I'm going to express to you right now. And I have another thing for you. Oh, I'm so excited about this too. And it is happening really soon. And this is my intuitive development course it's like, I don't know, 9.0, there's like 2.0 or whatever. This is the most advanced, I guess you might say, version of education for intuitive development that I have ever offered. Oh, this is the level 1. So I'm going to actually let me do the level 2 screen share. So it's called Quantum Resonance. The whole program is in Quantum Resonance Intuitive Development. Now, level 1 is definitely for all levels, meaning you can have taken 6 of those courses that I have done or anyone else has done. We used to do what we called the Intuitive Intensive, or you can be starting out for the first time. Oh, I should have shared the same one. And that you can do that level 1. But the level 2, which you can take level 1 and level 2 concurrently, level 2 is really designed for people who are either already professional or ready to expand and move into professional, work. There we go. So you can take level 1 and level 2 concurrently, or you can take only level 1. And so what we're working with here, again, hopefully this will tickle your interest and understand how magical and powerful you are. We're working with spiritual technology. Spiritual technology, people hear the word technology and they instantly think computers or AI, and that's not what we're talking about. Technology is basically a system. It is a way that we are able to expedite the transfer of energy, the transmission and transformation of energy. So spiritual technology is advanced non-physical science of energy, consciousness, and reality creation. As modern technology has enhanced our daily life, spiritual technology is enhancing our intuitive abilities, manifestation, and healing, working with quantum resonance fields, morphogenetic structures, and higher states of awareness. You see, I would say, kind of older, antiquated models of developing your psychic abilities, we kind of see ourselves as just looking at the psychic field if we're, we even think like if we're lucky, if we have gifts, which of course we're all entirely gifted. I mean, it's just our abilities. It's not about being gifted. And even when you have your psychic intuitive abilities turned on, it's not just like watching a movie. It is if that's what you believe, and it is if that is what you are intending. But what is available to us is that you are in that holographic reality immediately, and you are creating within it. So that is what we are activating, is a whole new modern era approach to our intuitive development and our creation skills. So we have that going on in level 1, but I want to point out level 2. We've got level 1 and level 2. So level 1, we have quantum resonance manifestation, intuitive abilities, remote viewing, bilocation, mediumship and channeling, astral projection, dream work, multidimensional navigation. We have quantum resonance energy healing level 1. And we have human design is going to be a big part of that for spiritual mastery. And this is taking you to the point of either enhancing your your professional practice. This is great for people who are coaches, or if they're intuitives and they need a whole new revamp and they've lost their juju, But for coaches or healers of some kind who want to bring intuitive abilities into their practice. And so level 2 is advanced channeling and multidimensional mediumship. We have spiritual counseling and intuitive coaching. We have QR energy healing, thought form and cord dissolution, human design for your clients, transpersonal hypnosis, neurolinguistic recoding and parts work, meditation leadership for individuals and groups, spiritual teacher training, and quantum business mastery. It's a lot. So level 1 is 12 weeks of education plus 2 more months of practice. So you do a concurrent 6 months of the development circle, sacred sphere. And then level 2 is also 6 months, but it's 6 months of training as well as that. So you can do these concurrently. But here's the great thing. If you enroll now for level 1 or level 2, level 1 or both level 1 and level 2, whichever one you enroll in, you're going to be a founding member, which means that you have access to it forever. So it's pretty amazing. And I'm going to leave it at that. Super excited. This is how I love you. That's what I want to say. Carolyn's here. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you so much. So nice to see your kitty's face on the screen and your name. Oh, how wonderful. And Kate. Oh, Kate says, I love learning with Tricia. I love learning with Kate. So amazing. Oh, Kate says, I love learning with Tricia and the amazing community she has created. She has gotten to be a part of the she, I mean me. And then she has been able to have, the heart connection with like you, Kate. It's such a valuable, important, amazing part of our learning community. So that's what I have for you. Let's see what Andy has to say, though. This is so cool. I've been talking a lot about hibernation lately. Oh, so cool. And then here we go. We have a tortoise spirit animal coming through talking to us about the benefits of hibernation. Okay. That's what I have for you. I'm going to get going now because I have another amazing session of quantum resonance, manifestation, and magic, and we're going to be having a great time. So those of you who I'll see in a couple of hours, I'll see you then. And everyone else, please do check check the description for the links to all of those things, the free things, the things that are on special. Oh, also the quantum resonance intuitive development. We have 200 off as a pre-registration for the level 1 alone. We have 500 off levels 1 and 2 together. And also there are Afterpay, Klarna options, and there are also payment plan options. So that's what I have for you. I'm so excited I just feel fresh and new and excited right now because there are amazing things happening in the world. Even though some of it has been really tense and difficult, please go back and listen to the channeled portion that where Saint Germain was asking us to hold the white ray from the inner planes up to around our heart, and the violet ray from the macrocosm from the spirit plane down into around our heart, and hold those frequencies, those activations, and that's going to move us through. Oh, Andy wants to know the start date. Start date probably you mean for quantum resonance, right? Thank you for asking. I think I actually didn't put it on the information. So look how helpful we are to one another. So we actually have level 1. We're going to have a preliminary meeting. It's going to be like our open house meeting. It's going to be on March 19th. And then like the course officially starts on March 26th. But level 1 starts, the 24th. So level 1 is Monday classes, 4 to 6 Pacific. And then level 2 is Wednesday, 4 to 6 Pacific. So level 1 starts officially on March 24th. And we have the preliminary meeting March 19th for level 2. So we can all get on the same page. So again, you can sign up for these and take them concurrently. But if you feel like you want to go a little slower, as a founding member, you can actually take them at pretty much in any pace you want because you'll have forever access to it. I encourage you to take at least level 1 on the pace that we're on. And then, I think like Andy, you could definitely take level 1 and level 2 together with how advanced you are and everything. Andy, you will be such a great addition to it because of, you have You're already a hypnotherapist and a coach. So I would be really excited to have you in it. Oh, and also Andy, you're in QRMM. So I'm doing a little business here. I have something for you. So we'll be meeting tonight. Okay, there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We're kind of like having a little hangout, because that's what it feels like to me, and that's what I enjoy. One more reminder that if you want to grab that PDF, that free PDF about the energy for this first quarter, just DM me on Instagram. And that's what I have for you. I'm so excited to be in this experience with you in this modern era, this new earth, because it really is. We are in a whole new existence, eternal aspect of our existence. And I am so grateful to you for shining your light on our beautiful world. Thanks for tuning in. I love you, whoever you are.